Golden State Warriors quietly found another hidden gem late in the second round. We've seen it before. They grab a guy barely anyone's talking about, and suddenly he's in the rotation, making a difference. Trace Jackson Davis was one of those success stories. Quentin Post showed flashes, but now it's time to talk about someone who might be the next name on that list. Will Richards, straight out of Florida. And let me tell you, if you blinked during that summer league debut, you might have missed some pretty exciting flashes of what this kid could bring to the table. First things first, how did he even end up on the roster? The Warriors made a few moves on draft night, flipping picks left and right. They started with the 59th pick, ended up trading up to 56. One of those picks came from an earlier deal involving pick 41. Long story short, they maneuvered their way into grabbing Richard, among others. And while some of the names from overseas still haven't seen the court yet, Richard made his first impression right away, playing against the Spurs in the Warriors' second summer league matchup. Now, yes, it's summer league. No one's getting carried away. It's not the NBA Finals. But that's exactly when you want to see young guys show you something that justifies why they're here, even if they went undrafted or came from a late pick. And that's exactly what Will Richard did. Against the Spurs, he showed flashes of what he did at Florida. Tough defense, confident shooting, and a dog mentality that jumps off the screen. This is a 6'4" guard with a 6'10" wingspan. That's no joke. That kind of length and athleticism translates if you know how to use it, and Richard clearly does. In that game, he played 25 minutes, the most on the team, and while the shooting numbers weren't exactly pretty, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. You gotta look deeper. One of those 3-pointers came at a critical moment, cutting the Spurs' lead from 4-1 with around 30 seconds left. Another near make in the final seconds nearly tied it up. The confidence to take that shot, that's big. And it wasn't just about the points. The kid finished with 16 thanks to going 8 for 8 from the free throw line, something the Warriors desperately need. If you watched them last year, you know free throws were a weakness, sitting near the bottom of the league. Suddenly a guy like Richard steps in and nails every single one. That's the kind of thing coaches remember. Add in 4 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and a plus 13 in the box score, and you start to see a picture forming. This wasn't just a guy out there running around. He was making an impact. And that's despite the fact that he hadn't played real competitive basketball since the NCAA tournament, where he helped Florida beat Houston to win it all. That was 3 months ago. Add to that the fact that he hadn't even been practicing with the team because of trade logistics. He couldn't join anything officially until the multi-team deal involving his draft rights got finalized. So no practice, no rhythm, just vibes. And he still came out and showed why he belongs. One of the best things about his game is how it mirrors the kind of basketball the Warriors love to play. Fast pace, movement off the ball, catch and shoot. Threes playing in transition. That's all in Richard's wheelhouse. His first bucket as a Warrior? Gets a steal, runs the floor, glides in for an easy finger roll. Textbook. Later in the game, comes off a pick, spots up, bang, hits a 3. It's the kind of shot you've seen Klay Thompson hit 1,000 times. And that's not to say he's Klay, but the mechanics, the confidence, the timing, it's all there. There was also a beautiful pick and pop 3 in the second quarter, then another one in the fourth. You could tell he's not afraid of the moment. He plays with poise and he knows how to use space. Even the miss at the end of the game, sure, it rimmed out, but he created the look himself. Took the screen, read the defense, pulled up with confidence. That's a great sign. Now, some of y'all might be asking, why does this matter? It's summer league. And I get that. But this is when teams figure things out. It's when a player like Will Richard can go from a name no one talks about to a guy who's suddenly on a 2-way deal or even fighting for a roster spot. That's why every minute counts. That's why fans who really watch the development of this team get excited. Because what you're seeing isn't just a box score, it's the foundation of a role player in the making. And shout out to Isaiah Mobley too. That guy's looking incredibly athletic and consistent. He showed up in game 1. And again, here, he's putting pressure on the front office to consider giving him something more permanent. Same with LJ Cryer, who showed off that silky smooth jumper. That deep 3 he hit, straight Steph vibes. The form, the quick release, the confidence, everything about it screamed Warrior DNA. Jackson Rowe didn't have his best night, and you expect more from a guy who was on the main roster for stretches last season. But that's the beauty of Summer League. It's a platform to show out, and not everyone's going to do it every night. Armstrong hasn't played yet, even though they said they'd be switching things up. Tway, on the other hand, still isn't eligible because of that. Massive 17-team trade, which is finally official. That means the full roster is starting to take shape, and we're going to see even more new faces in the upcoming games. Speaking of upcoming games, the Warriors have one more at Chase Center against the Heat before heading off to Las Vegas for the main Summer League event. That's where things get real. 4 games lined up. Trailblazers, Jazz, Grizzlies, Raptors, all scheduled to hit prime time for the West Coast fans. If the team performs well, they might even make it to the Summer League playoffs. That's right, Summer League has playoffs now. It's a chance for guys like Richard to get even more exposure, more pressure, more minutes, and a bigger stage. And let's not forget, the coaching staff is paying close attention. Coach Lane Wilson specifically talked about Richard's performance. Said his activity on the ball was exactly what they asked for. Off the ball, too. Very few moments where he was out of position. Of course, he's an aggressive defender, and sometimes that means he might get burned, but the coaching staff likes that. They'd rather work with a guy who goes too hard than someone who's passive. And honestly, with that wingspan and motor, it's hard not to see defensive potential. The guy had 22 games at Florida with at least 2 steals. In 6 of those, he had 3 or more. That's legit production on that side of the ball. The Warriors, notoriously turnover prone, could absolutely benefit from someone who creates chaos on defense. Force a turnover, get out in transition, and boom, easy buckets. That's what this team needs more of. We've seen too many games where everything stagnates on offense unless Steph creates magic. Having someone who can help generate fast breaks changes that whole dynamic. And speaking of Steph, Will Richards said that meeting Curry was one of the top 3 moments of his life. That says a lot. These young guys grew up watching Steph change the game. Now they're sharing the court with him, or at least trying to earn the chance to. That kind of motivation, it's powerful. It pushes players to work harder, listen more, and absorb everything they can. You can already see that in the way Richard carries himself. Now, there's still a long way to go. Nothing's guaranteed. He's gonna have to keep showing up, game after game, proving he's more than just a good story. But the early signs? They're real. This isn't just about one decent game in July. It's about the potential, the tools, the work ethic, and how well he fits into the system. And for a team like Golden State, always on the hunt for cost-effective depth, a guy like Will Richard could end up being one of the steals of this entire draft cycle. And when you start to look at the full context around Will Richard's journey, to this point, it just adds more weight to what he's doing on the court. This is not someone who came into the draft with a ton of hype. He wasn't getting spotlight segments or glowing scouting reports on national television. He's not a viral name, but the Warriors saw something. And now we're starting to see it too. Because when you go back and watch his time at Florida, it's clear. This guy was doing the dirty work, making winning plays, and putting up the kind of defensive stats that don't always get headlines but absolutely matter to coaches and teammates. His length, instincts, and tenacity all jumped off the screen in college, and now they're translating to the professional level, even if it's just the summer league for now. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Whispers are swirling through the basketball world as speculation grows about a potential new star joining the Golden State Warriors roster, none other than the Filipino phenom Ren Abando. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the player hint that Abando could be signing a 4-year contract with the Warriors, sparking excitement and curiosity among fans and analysts alike. Ren Abando, already hailed as a rising sensation in Asian basketball circles, has captured attention with his explosive play style, sharp shooting, and versatility on the court. His rapid ascent from local leagues to international recognition has made him one of the most talked about prospects in recent years. If the rumors are true, this signing could represent a strategic move by the Warriors as they look to deepen. their bench and add fresh talent to their lineup, the Warriors have long been known for their ability to spot and nurture young talent, blending skill with potential to maintain their competitive edge in the NBA. Adding a player like Abando, who combines impressive scoring ability with athleticism and basketball IQ, would fit perfectly into the team's philosophy. Fans have already begun imagining how his dynamic style could complement established stars and influence the Warriors' gameplay in the coming seasons. While there's been no official announcement from Golden State or Abando's representatives, the murmurs suggest that negotiations have been underway behind closed doors. The proposed 4-year term indicates a significant commitment, implying that the Warriors see long-term value in investing in the young Filipino star. Such a move would not only expand the team's global appeal, but also potentially open new doors for basketball in Southeast Asia, where Abando has inspired many aspiring players. The basketball community is eager to see how this potential signing unfolds. Could RHENZ Abando be the next international sensation to make a mark in the NBA? Will the Warriors continue their tradition of blending veteran leadership with emerging stars? As the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on the Warriors, front office in Abando's camp, waiting for any confirmation that could turn this buzzing rumor into reality. Until then, the excitement and anticipation only grow, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.